Alright, what's up guys, Bless Echo here, and starting right after the last one, and basically I put a little transition in at the end of the cinematic, and that's about it. So it fades out, and then this comes in, and then what I did was I rendered it a little bit, and synced it perfectly. I'm going to show you how to sync, but basically you're going to be able to hear it. One sec. Don't want that there, don't want that there. Now After Effects not responding. Okay. Now we're gonna bring this right there. So I'm gonna show you why it's synced. And it's also gonna be a little bit of a music lesson. So how I did that was yet again I press LL on the audio waveform, and then if you zoom way in, one sec, and go to where he hits a headshot, which is right right there. See how it's right when this audio jumps, like one frame more, and that's when it jumps. So you basically, if you press LL, you can see the beat of the music. That's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So basically this is how you sync shots to music. You go off the beat of the music and you put it on any of those beats. I recommend throughout the song you put it on the same set of beats. So you put it on 2 and 4 or 1 and 3. Because if you put it on 1 and then you put it on 4, it's not going to sound right, because it's going to be back to back, and I mean, you could do that, but it doesn't sound very good in my opinion. So let's watch it one more time after I just told you that. Let's wait for it to render. So as you can see, right when the guitar riff is like dun dun it. So right there, right when it starts, it's on the, I believe that would be on the 2. So that'd be at 2 3 4. And so that's basically, and as you can see, you know that's the beat because it's consistently jumping at the same time at the same intervals throughout the entire song. And what some artists will do, as you can see, it's a little bit farther. They'll bring it, but it'll still be like 1 2 3 4, and then they cut that beat in half so they can go twice as fast. So then, as you can see, it's like basically 2 beats within that amount of time. So they cut the time in half. But basically, since it's on the same, you know what you want to call it, ratio, it still works. So as you can see, I did that, and I'm gonna go into some color correction. I know I did in the last one, but I'm gonna go into looks and basically show you guys how to make your own color corrections using what the F? Oh, it's because it's not selected on this. Okay. Double click it, and then you get the effect onto that layer. Then you want to press edit. Alright. Now I have it set on doing that, but one sec. Stop doing that. Alright. Now we're gonna go into, alright, it's going to tools. Wait, one sec, I'm pretty sure there's a file. Let me look. Okay. Now let's go into tools and let's go into contrast first. Alright, contrast. Now let's bring the contrast up. So as you can see, all the colors are like differentiating more, and the whites and blacks are different. So that red, see how it's kind of like faded when you go down, and then when you go up it's like really relevant. Well, let's just keep it right about there. Okay, let's put the exposure compensation up a tiny bit, actually even less than that, because when you bring the contrast up it also makes it darker. And then let's go into saturation, bring the saturation down just a tiny bit. Let's bring it down to 80, 79, good enough. Okay, and then let's go into what is it? It's probably under lens. Yeah, it's edge softness. Now this is pretty big. As you can see, it makes the edges, or it makes like, it kind of focuses in a little bit. And if you bring it, let's say we bring it over here where the headshot's actually happening, then as you can see, it kind of everything else is kind of blurred out. Now what you can do if you want it to be less blurry, bring the quality up and bring the blur size down. And I do this a lot. So as you can see, it's kind of like right there. Let's bring the quality. That's probably good right there. Okay. Now let's also add a vignette. This thing, we're gonna want to match it up with edge softness, and you can kind of tell it's matched up. It needs to be a little bit more to the inside, like right there. So that's close enough. Alright. So what the vignette does is it basically darkens the rings, and I strongly advise getting Magic Bullet looks. It's some pretty sick color correction. So right there you can see a big difference. And let's go ahead and watch the clip. I have to wait for it to render now. Alright. So you see, and it's gonna be synced and everything, so there you go. Perfectly synced with color correction. And let's go into Twixtor, because I know my boy Villain needs a little bit of help with that. Sorry. Need some help with smoothing it out and stuff, and this is just a few things that I know will help out smoothing, and basically a few tips and tricks. And Twixtor obviously gets a lot smoother, and also when you use Twixtor, make sure it's the top effect. And I'm not sure if you can even, yeah, you can drag it. Or I thought you could. Anyways, if you want to keep that color correction adjusted, go into animation presets and then save it, and we'll just call it Rustlon 60C. I don't know. Alright, let's just keep it at that. Wait for it to save. And basically Twixtor, the more frames that are recorded for that certain clip, the better it's gonna be. Yeah, like in my opinion anyway. So we're just gonna get rid of this because it's not important right now. So as you can see right there is when the shot happens. So we're gonna go back 2 frames. Alright, right here. And we'll go forward 2 frames. And then we're gonna, because you press the clock, it'll keyframe. So then you press 5. Or go back, delete all of it, press 5. So then it's going in slow-mo. And as you can see, it kind of warps right there. And there's a few things you can do for that. You can change to blended nearest. That's not really gonna help. But basically that flipping of it almost looks like the page is flipping. You can't really do a whole lot with that. But one thing you can do is maybe make the clip a little bit wider, drop it down a little bit, and you know that's not like a huge difference. So no one's really gonna tell when you're editing it that you just did that. And also, like, say it starts ghosting, like as you can see, it almost looks like there's 2 heads right there. What you can do is, instead of doing blending, you can do nearest, or you can do motion weight and blend, and you can see the difference in that. And something that I do is I go into frame blending and go into pixel motion, and that also helps get rid of some of the ghosting. Now obviously, because it's because it's 30 frames a second, and as you can see, you can really see it right there. So if you just go into nearest, it gets rid of the ghosting completely right there. But the thing with that is sometimes the clip almost looks choppy because the frames aren't blending. So then they're just going back to back to back, but since they're in slow-mo, it may look choppy. So just look at this. So as you can see, because you put it on nearest, so I mean, that's not really a good example to use right here, but it's just like a little trick you can do if it's like a really quick slow-mo part. But go ahead and watch this back. So there you go, right there. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And basically the magic number for when you're using Twixtor is 5. Like slow-mo, just use 5. And you can go slower than that. I've gone slower than that, but 5 is basically the magic number. So this started recording at 9:32. It is 9:40 something. One sec. But probably gonna end this pretty soon. But so also, since as you can tell, one sec. The clip's playing, you hear the shot, and the audio keeps going, it's almost distorted. So what we're going to do is we're going to RAM preview it again, and the second, one sec. You can also go into the audio waveform thing, but I just like listening to the clip. So right there, that's all you needed to hear, because that's when the headshot happens. So we're going to go into this, we're going to split the layer, Control Shift D, and then you're going to go over to this little audio button right here and turn that off. And that's going to get rid of the basically the audio, so then you're not going to hear anything after that, because you don't really need to hear anything after that, because all that happens is he gets blown up by a boom shot, and that's not really needed. Alright, so there we go, there's some Twixtor. I mean, it's still so there you go. So the Twixtor's warping on the edges a little bit. I'll go ahead and just put the CC back on so you guys can see the entire thing, but after I do that, that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. It would mean a lot if you actually subscribe, because I mean, I put a lot of work into my channel, and I don't just do tutorials. I do a lot of different stuff, and I'm trying pretty hard. I really want to get in Chaos. My edits have improved a lot. I've watched a lot of tutorials. I've kind of like refined my editing a lot, and I'm gonna try and change up the song choice, since I think that's hurting me in the end, because a lot of people don't want to hear rap for whatever reason on edits. People are just so anti-rap on Gears of War, and it's a little bit annoying, but I've got to live with it, because I edit it for Gears of War and not Call of Duty. But here we go. So there you go, there's Twixtor, there's Magic Bullock CC, your own custom stuff. There's other stuff in there that you can use, but it's not really needed. All you really need is saturation, contrast, edge softness, vignette, and maybe curves. But I really like the CC on this map, plus it's really customizable, and that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching. Editing with Echo episode 4, I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't be out for a few more weeks, because I've done 2 episodes back to back, and unless you guys really like the series, I'm probably not gonna take a lot of time out of my day to do it. So thanks for watching, guys, and watch out for this episode right here, Jay and Styles episode 2, or dual episode Super Z, whatever you want to call it. That's coming out soon.